The Cloud Forest Dome and the Flower Dome were truly spectacular. In fact, I was having dreams about what's that, the Venus flytrap for two or three nights after. It's a tiny little plant, but it's a carnivorous plant, and I actually got to see one at Gardens by the Bay. So, and also we dined at some beautiful places. I spoke about Sky 57. I spoke about Indochine. We also went to a lovely place called Coriander Leaf at Clark Quay. And so, honestly, between the things that my husband and I did together and what we did as a family together, oh, I didn't mention shopping, ladies. There's great shopping in Singapore, you know that. But I had the most fun at Chinatown because you get lovely bargains in Chinatown. And we were staying at the W at Sentosa, so there's this great mall called Vivo City Mall. So I made a few visits in my very, very busy and hectic schedule. I made sure I got some shopping in as well. These 7 days in Singapore were really, really memorable. And as I said, in 15, 20 years of visiting Singapore, 15 years of visiting Singapore, this was the holiday that I'll always remember. Thank you.
Thank you, thanks.
I was so influenced by Kai Kai and Jia Jia that I decided to dress like a panda today.
Thank you, thank you. So Mandira, just stay on stage, and may I invite Chipe and Isabel to join me on stage as well. We are going to have a small cake cutting ceremony. Isabel, the two ladies in the center and I'll stand at the side.
तेरा नाटक ही रहता हमेशा करे
Okay,
मार के बैठ गया 2 फोटो मार और बैठ
यार देखो ये चाइना राजा बोलना
ये नेपाली
बोलना बोलना बोलना
राजा बोलना इसको
बोलना
नेपाली नेपाली
बोलना चाइना में तो बोलेंगे हाय इंडिया अरे बैठ जाओ तेरे को नहीं चाहिए तो काम मुझे नहीं मिलता सवाल करते हैं
अभी बैठ जा चल
Sure. Could we have one solo photograph? Okay, one solo. Singing a solo, yeah. Maybe in the meantime we can bring the cake on stage.
हाँ आप बैठे एक को हाथ में वो दूसरा पांडा काका 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 बोला
दूसरा पांडा भी चाहिए लेके अंदर
दुनिया तेरा नहीं हुआ अभी तक
काय का लेट कर रहे हो जो मिल रहा है वो लेके
दूसरे इवेंट भी करने होंगे मगनिया सब बातें लेके इधर आ गए वापस ये सामने करो मैम यू राइट राइट मैम सामने बाहर जाके अंदर बस देखो ही मत, भागने वाला था मैम, यू आर राइट, देखो ही मत उधर. Mandira, when it comes to holiday, which are the three things which come to your mind which you look for?
Now that I've become a mother, there should be something in it for my little son. It should be a family-friendly place, which Singapore has been always. Number two, nice hotels. We all like nice hotels. And number three, it should not be too hectic that I can't get my exercise in. That's it.
What about Singapore? Which was the thing which made you just go over there? What was the best thing about Singapore?
Well, best thing about Singapore is there's something in Singapore for everybody. So I got a lot of that family fun that I'm talking about. Lots of fun things I did with my son. The Singapore Zoo is spectacular. I think that grown-ups will enjoy it as much as children will. And the other thing is there's beautiful restaurants. You can have a romantic holiday as well. So there's something in it for couples. There's something in it for families. It makes for a complete holiday. There was a snake around my neck. Little children were having the snake put around their necks, and given that I've taken part in Fear Factor before and have had all sorts of things on all parts of my body, I said I should have that snake around my neck, and that was an interesting experience. I've gone deep sea diving, I've gone skydiving. I know that's not wildlife, but let me think. I fed giraffes as well. I don't know, maybe to swim with sharks. That's the next thing, swim with sharks. I touched a shark, and that was as good as I could as I could do at the moment. Now next one should be swimming with sharks.
So when it comes to wildlife, India or Singapore, which is common?
When it comes to wildlife, well, नहीं वहाँ जू की जो अच्छी बात है ना, जू की अच्छी बात ये है कि वहाँ पे कोई भी एनिमल्स आप पिंजरे में नहीं देखेंगे, and that was one thing that I thought that was the best thing about the zoo. It's animals are in their natural habitat, और कहीं आपको डर नहीं लगता कि कोई शेर आके मतलब आपको कोई डेंजर है, आपके बच्चों को कोई डेंजर है. The zoo experience was the best, and I think our zoos we can learn from Singapore.
So what is happening in the professional life?
I'm doing 24 at the moment, a TV show called 24. I've just finished Indian Idol, and I'm launching my own sari line. I've launched it already. I'm opening my own store a few days from now. I've already become a designer. There are 190 saris that people have bought that are out there. So I guess I am a designer already.
Why saris?
I'm associated with saris. Over the many years that I've been hosting events and hosting cricket, saris have sort of been connected to me. And I understand a good sari, and that's how I started designing saris, and that's how I think I decided to take this love affair with the sari to the next level.
Apart from Mandira, any celebrity Mandira wants to design for?
Oh my! This is my last question about this, because we have to talk about Singapore and why I'm here. Who would I like to design for? Who looks beautiful in sari? I would love to design for Rekha. Nobody looks better in sari than Rekha does.
Mandira, last Diwali आ रही है, तो किस तरह से सेलिब्रेट करने वाली है और क्या विषय है?
दिवाली एक फैमिली टाइम होता है, तो सिर्फ फैमिली इस समय पर काम नहीं किया जाता है. मुझे पता है कि हमारा क्लाइमैक्स 24 का क्लाइमैक्स उस वक्त शूट किया जाएगा, पर दिवाली के वो 2-3 दिन जो होते हैं बस अपने हस्बैंड अपने बेटे के साथ मैं बिताऊंगी, एंड इट्स ऑलवेज अबाउट फैमिली व्हेन इट्स दिवाली. मैं मंदिरा बेदी हूँ और सारे दर्शकों को दिवाली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ.
playing all six string. Think about you, wonder what went wrong. Standing on the mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever. And weighing in my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of
Shrita, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you. After those two wonderful presentations from Mr. Chipe and Ms. Cheng, I'm just going to run you through this beautiful holiday I had last month. Now, firstly, I must tell you, my brother lives in Singapore, so I've made probably 20 visits to Singapore before this one. But in the 20 visits to Singapore, because we used to end up eating at my brother's favorite restaurant and going to the golf club and going to places like that, I never got to do the things that, I should have. Like, this was a true family holiday. So when Singapore Tourism Board said, can we cover your holiday? And they hooked me up with this wonderful, wonderful guide called Naseem. I have to say this was a holiday that my family and I took home with us. It was brilliant. Now, the thing about Singapore is, everybody knows it's a great place for a family holiday. There's something in it for, something in Singapore for everyone. First up, this was my first special holiday for my son Veer. He's two years and a few months. And he went on his first ever roller coaster ride. He went on his first ever visit to what I would say is the best zoo in the world. Honestly, I have not seen a zoo like this. And he went. I even want to quickly mention the hotel we stayed in. We stayed at the W, and the W has this massive pool, which has music that plays underwater. My son loves the water, and it's got the hugest baby pool ever as well. So my son really loved that. But let me quickly tell you about what we did as a family. My son went to Universal Studios for the first time. My husband and I have very selfishly gone before without taking Veer along with us because we wanted to do the Transformers ride, and we wanted to do the Mummy Returns ride, and we wanted to do the Cyclone and human ride. But this time we went with Veer. He went for the Spaghetti Chase roller coaster ride. He went for Far, Far Away. He went for the Madagascar ride. So this was his first ever experience at a park like this, at a theme park like this. But the highlight of the visit, we even went to the aquarium. The aquarium was beautiful. I don't know whether I had more fun than Veer, because I touched a baby shark. It was a little creepy, but it still felt very good. But the highlight of the visit, as I said before, was my visit to the zoo. Like Ms. Cheng was talking about, the breakfast with the orangutans is something truly special. Aming is her name, yes. She and her babies were sitting with us, eating sugar cane and bananas while we were having a fabulous breakfast that was laid out for all of us. I wore a snake around my neck. Yes, I that was very creepy, but I felt very brave after it. We fed the giraffes. What else did we do? We met Inuka, the polar bear. My son bumped his head a few times in the igloo, that beautiful igloo that was created over there. We got to do wonderful things at the zoo itself, and then follow that up with a visit to the river safari, where we met the very important pandas, VIPs. We met Jia Jia and Kai Kai, except that, who's the lady? Jia Jia. Jia Jia was a little shy. We could only see her sort of somewhere inside. She doesn't come out very, very much. But Kai Kai, I took lots of pictures with him in the background. He was a bit sleepy that day. We also got to see the red panda. All these things were absolutely amazing and so interesting for my husband and me. My husband loves nature. I became a lover of nature because of him and because of the zoo, the visit to the zoo. And my son got to see all these wonderful animals. he actually had held cucumbers and carrots out for the giraffe feeding. It was brilliant. And so I mean, this was as far as we did the. Then we followed that up with the lunch at Mama Panda's kitchen, where we got to eat buns with, the shape of pandas, and I think that the 6 hours that we spent at the zoo and the river safari were not quite enough. I wish we had more time that day, because I would have liked to spend the whole day. My poor son fell asleep by about 4 o'clock. He was a little tired. We had started very, very early in the morning. So that was as far as the wildlife encounters are concerned. I think there's a sweet film made by our friends from Singapore Tourism Board. Let's take a look at it.
While I was having my scrambled eggs, I had orangutans sitting right next to me, eating sugarcane and pumpkin seeds. I'm currently standing in front of the manatee exhibit. Elephants from the fish world, how beautiful are they? The friendliest animal at breakfast was the snake.
This is only about family, and you won't get any time with your significant other. That's not true. My husband and I had a few romantic moments. We had a few lovely romantic meals together. We went to the top of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel and had dinner, a 6-course meal at Sky 57. That was beautiful. Very few people are allowed to see the swim. If you're not a resident of the hotel, you don't get to see the swimming pool, which is a wonder in itself. It's almost like 1 kilometer long, and it's an eternity pool. That was beautiful. And we also had a champagne flight on the Singapore Flyer, which was really stunning. What a stunning view. We went for drinks to Indochine, and yes, my husband did have a love affair with someone else, a Lamborghini. Yes, we went for the ultimate drive, and he got to drive the Lamborghini on parts of the F1 track. I didn't have my driver's license with me, therefore I couldn't drive, but I got driven in the Ferrari. And so we had some lovely moments like that together. We also went to the races. We went to the Turf Club, which was a first for me, the night races. And it was also first for my husband. He wore a tie. He didn't realize there was a dress code. He had to wear a tie after, I think, probably 15 or 20 years.